Oh shit. Camera's off, lighting's all messed up. I got a lot to fix real quick. Hold up. Fix the lighting. The lighting. My camera aim is so... Now that's too low. There we go. Yeah, I was getting a shower. My bad. Color. There we go. Hell of a day, though. Anyway. Where were we? Oh yeah, I gotta do one more thing real quick before we get started. Fixing things. All right. You're ready. Let's get this done. All right. Game. We're back here with the bloody Moogles. It's the bloody Moogles. Yeah, got all 6. Discord and let's go. Okay. Do I need anything? I don't think I need anything right now, no. Have you ever bathed in the waters to the northeast? Of course not, because a gang of burly Hropkins has been attacking any who goes near them, Kupo. If you were kind enough to slay a few, that might scare them away, giving me time for a dip in the waters. Alright, I'll go kill 3 things. Kill for me these monster 3! Alright. Alright. We'll get out of this dump again. Oh, that way. Oh, I've got no quest ones. Alright. I gotta find 3 more quests. Let's do it. Kill for me these Hropkins 3. First you gotta drive to them though. There we go. Wait, ah. Back to the Moogle. Okay. Many thanks, brave adventurer. Finally, I can enjoy a bath without the smell of raw dragonfish assaulting my senses. Say, a dip in the waters might serve to freshen you up as well, Kupo. Okay. That is done. I think I'm finally ready for a Black Knight quest, so we're gonna do that real quick. Dark Knight quest. I've been thinking, Magnarmus. The Pagel likened Riel's spiritual presence to that of a Dravanian, hence why he suggested she had partaken of dragon blood. Regardless of the cause, if she does hold some affinity with dragons, she will never be safe here in Ishgard. If being the operative word, of course. We need to know for certain, which means we must parley with a Dravanian. It will not be easy, I realize. The Dravanians are not wont to entertain outsiders, especially ones hailing from Ishgard. You have spoken with their leaders? Beg pardon, I did not think you so readily admitted. Well, well, pray lead the way, Magnarmus. Alright. To Annex Shrine. Whee! Up through the ceiling. Through this hole in the ceiling. Talk to Vidofnir. Thou keepest curious company, mortal. I see. Though I trust in thy words, thy companions are unknown to me. A token, then, for them to declare their intent. I would have them gather up Gramalm from Avon Fallen and bring it to me. But where are the beasts which are drawn by their fragrance? Right then, gathering flowers for a dragon, no point in questioning it. Riel and I will search the lands north of here together. You take the south. We'll do another flying mount. Let's see. Yep, so easy when I can fly. Return to Vidofnir. Teleport. Such fragile, fleeting creations. Bring them close, mortal, that I might breathe deep of their essence. That which passeth into death liveth on in memory. One prepareth now for the journey. Bid farewell to her and mourn and find the answer thou seekest. Present it to the dying dragon in mourn. This is why I push to unlock flying as fast as possible. Let me linger a while longer, hunter. Soon my soul shall take wing. I shall miss this. But oftener bade you come to me? His scent entwined. Ah, I see now. We seek no quarrel, O Ancient One, only answers. Come forward, child. There you are, my beloved. How long hath it been since we soared through the mist? What did you say? Silence, Dark One. He liveth on in you, child. The blood of my beloved floweth strong in thy veins. Yet mingled as it is, 'twas not thee who partook of his essence. Were it not so, thou wouldst have been overcome. Thy progenitors drank deep to spur their own becoming. Then it's true, and the Temple Knights knew. And they will never stop. They cannot, even if we flee Ishgard. If we could but harness the abyss. Thou speakest strange, Dark One. What dost thou seek? Oh, shrouded in thy rancor, thou standest apart from thy charge. The folly of youth, even in the tiny beings who frolic in the mists of Salmal, know a better way. Wait, what? Who? No more, Dark One, no more. Farewell, child. Fly free for us. Goodbye, and thank you. There's not more for us here. To Ishgard. To Ishgard. Again. Into the bar, down a level, and talk to them. This changes nothing. I swore an oath to protect her, and I mean to uphold it, no matter the cost. So, are these the knights who would defy the will of Halone? She's found us. My lady surely knows she will find new friends here. Blessed are we who abide in her grace, for we shall never be forsaken. One day I, Istride de Calenont, shall walk in her halls, and you shall answer for your deeds. Will you stand before her and claim that you were righteous? That it was just to take so many lives in defense of that abomination? Repent of your sins and surrender it to me. The Fury may yet spare your souls. So yours is the righteous cause? To condemn a girl to death for her parents' deeds? This is the will of Helone? Yes, yes it is. If you will not see reason, then see with full knowledge of the facts. Then I make you a final offer. Submit to a trial by combat. Survive, and you may go in peace. Fall, and it is mine. Refuse, and I will put this tavern to the torch and have the heads of every man, woman, and child here. Anyone who dares harbor you will suffer the same, here or elsewhere. This I swear to you. Would that we could settle this here and now, but I'd wager your men at the doors would take offense. As you wish, my lady, you shall have your trial. I shall send a messenger with details. Mother, wait! I should have had them cut out your tongue. Riel, what in the seven hells is going on? She told them to take me. She said I wasn't hers, that I was... Why didn't you tell me this was all your mother's doing? I bled for you. Frey died for you. We had a right to know. I didn't mean for... God's damn it all. Leave us, Magnarmus. I need time to think. Abyssal Drain. Alright, I'll leave. Alright, I'm back. It took considerable effort, but at least I have learned the whole truth. Attend me, Magnarmus, you have a right to know. Countless generations, the sons and daughters of House Calenot have pledged themselves to the church, so devoted to the faith that they are. Many rose to positions of great prominence within the clergy, and for a time countless Istride de Calenot was poised to do the same. She and her husband celebrated the birth of their firstborn. The futures of the house seemed brighter than ever. That is, until years later when the Inquisitors came. Information gleaned during interrogation had implicated her husband as a heretic. When the Countess confronted him with these allegations, he brought a vial to his lips and completed his transformation. One he proudly declared was decades in the making. The Temple Knight slew him as he tried to rip out her throat. Afterwards, she had Riel locked away in the deepest cell she could find. Madness. What monster thinks to find absolution in her daughter's death? You mustn't go. She'll kill you. She'll kill us anyway if we don't. I know what I'm doing, Riel. I have a plan. Magnarmus, recall you the dragon's words when we told her of our dark art. She said that there were tiny beings who know of a better way. If they can teach us how to harness the abyss, mayhap we can stand against Lady Istride and her minions. Unfortunately, I haven't the foggiest who these tiny beings might be. Well, if it isn't one of the new visitors from below. Are you searching for something? If so, just ask. I pride myself on being the second most well-informed Moogle here, Kupo. My, that is a rather grim way of living, isn't it? I can't say I've ever heard of knights so infatuated with darkness. However, I think I might know why she bade you to visit us. Go ahead and fetch your friends. We have an awful lot to talk about, Kupo. Welcome to Moghome, Kupo. This is the little one must be Riel, which makes the big one Sid, right? Yes, I presume you are the one of the tiny beings of whom the dragon spoke. Riel, say something to the Moogle. Riel! Riel! I'm sick of this charade. You tell me to talk, but then you refuse to listen. You tell me you're doing this for me, but then you go on about the darkness and the abyss. Am I supposed to be grateful when you come back covered in blood, when I put you back together so that you can do it again? You drag me halfway across the world so you can discover a new way to kill yourself, and then you tell me it's for my sake? Why are we here, Sidurgu? Tell me the real reason. Riel, of course it's for your sake. Well, you've certainly had a lot of practice saying it, haven't you? I'm sure that the next fair maiden will appreciate it. What are you saying? It's not like that, Riel. And you, say something, damn you. I think I'm beginning to understand this whole darkness concept. Kupo! Harnessing the power of your emotions or some such, yes? I'm reminded of an ancient legend about a Moogle named Mog. Rather simple name, I know. But those were simpler times. Kupo, anyway. Mog had a penchant for dancing and... Wait, what does dancing have to do with the dark arts? Everything, Kupo, everything! The point is, your master was absolutely right when he told you to submit to the flame. You just never figured out what he meant by it. But better late than never, Kupo. Master Moggy will show you the way. First, you two Dark Knights will need to pull 4 sprigs of palmwort each. Hop to it, Kupo! I fail to see what purpose this serves, but fine. You will have your precious palmwort. Oh, and Riel can stay here with us while you're away. Let's go, Magnarmus. Alright, I'll be right back in one moment. Alright, you can tell her the back door's unlocked. Alright. We're all really high up. So, let's go up here. Ah, I found one. 3 to go. Here we go. One more. And we gotta go this way. Oh, there it is. Found it already. Let's get it. There you are, darkest of one of the dark. Have you brought my palmwort? Very nice, Kupo. That must have kept you busy for a while. For your next trial, you must call Tuli hands, Kupo. Rather a lot of them have been sighted on the road to Asa. If you wait there long enough, they're sure to show up, Kupo. Rio? Oh, you needn't worry about her. She's off playing with some friends of mine, Kupo. Just focus on the trial and wait for me and Asa when you're finished. Done. Further down the road. No, I'm not lower than it. I'm just not high enough. I have to be like 10 or more levels above for them not to attack me. Ooh, ether current. Yoink. Yoink. What in the hells are we doing, Magnarmus? What could Moogles possibly know about mastering the dark art? Ha 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 ha! Foolish fools! Right then, what's all this? While you two were busy gathering palm words and slaying silly hands, we kidnapped Riel, Kupo. Mwahaha! Oh yes, Kupo. We've had so much fun playing together. So much fun indeed, Kupo. So much fun that we thought we might keep her here forever. Mwahaha! You wouldn't dare. If you don't believe us, go and look. You'll never find her, Kupo. Not in a million years. Mwahaha! She's ours, Kupo. You'll never see her again. Mwahaha! You furry little shites. Give her back to me now, or I swear I will kill every last one of you and burn your village to cinders. I'm gonna take out their healer first. I'm gonna rip that palm off your head and shove it down your goddamn throat. No, you're not doing that. I kicked a Moogle in the balls. Mwahaha! Our turn, Kupo. Yeah, you're not doing that. Down, you. Alright. Doesn't matter how hard you fight, you're never gonna see her again. We won. Beat the shit out of them, we did. Ouch, you could really hurt someone if carrying on like that, Kupo. That's the bloody point. Now tell me where she is if you want to live. Wait! Why do you want her back so badly, Kupo? What kind of question is that? You kidnapped her. But you don't seem to like having her around that much anyway, right? She's just a burden to you, so why do you care what happens to her? I swore an oath to protect her. That's what we Dark Knights do. You think that will give you strength enough to protect her? Duty and honor? I tell you what you need, Kupo. Whence comes true strength to defend the meek? Is it honor? Is it justice? How bland! Could it be that the darkness is born of a light? A flame burning for another? How grand! I want to kill them all. Can I go back to beating the shit out of them? 'Tis love, all-powerful, shining love! Rather blunt, I'll admit, but subtlety doesn't seem to be your strong suit, Kupo. Riel. Well, here we are. Go on, Riel. Say your piece. I know you and Frey were trying to do right by your master, that you came to my defense because you believed that's what he would have wanted. And I know you only did that because you believed it would make you stronger, because all you truly care about is killing more Temple Knights. I've seen how you look at them, how you curse them under your breath, how you relish every opportunity to cut them down. So don't tell me that it's all been for me. Don't tell me that Frey died for me. Everything I have done for my mother and my father, for my master, and yes, most of all, for me. I haven't been honest with you, nor myself, and for that I am sorry. I will stand for you in the coming trial, but what happens after will be your decision. Good, that's a promise. Yeah, it was rough to try to sing it and do the voice at the same time. I did horrible. Furry little bastards had us fooled, eh? Shame their wisdom is bullocks. I mean, really now, love? That's what you need to harness the abyss? I mean, I suppose there's something to be said for caring deeply for your charge, but no, I will not give those cretins even a sliver of credit. This was an utter waste of time, and that's that. Still, I am glad to have come to an understanding with Riel. We should return to Ishgard. The hour of the trial draws close. Come along, Riel. Oh, I was about Riel's age when I came to Ishgard. My parents, they said we would find a better life here. When the Temple Knights we had shown mercy returned, they let us choose the order in which we would die. That would be their mercy to us, they declared. I watched my parents kneel in the dirt. Look away, they said, but I could not. At last, when it was my turn, I knelt and prepared to follow them into death. I closed my eyes, but when I opened them, a man in black stood before me, hand outstretched, and so I took it. Defend the meek, punish the wicked. Mayhap it was all but a convenient excuse to indulge in vengeance. She deserves better than me, but there is no one else. One more battle, Magnarmus. Let's see it done. Mayhap in this battle, I can serve as my master intended. Countess Estride's missive arrived while you were away. We are to meet her in Western Highlands, away from prying eyes. She's gone to great lengths to conceal her husband's deeds, though it comes as no surprise she'd prefer to settle this in secret. Magnarmus, I don't know what's waiting for us out there. But if aught should happen to me, pray keep Riel safe. Right then, I believe she wanted a word with you before we left. We wouldn't have made it this far without you, Magnarmus. I want you to know that I'm truly grateful for the time we shared. You, Sidurgu, and Frey taught me so much about the world, and what it means to fight for another, and what it means to fight for yourself. We're going to finish this together, the three of us. Not else to say, really. To twin pulls, then. Let's not keep the Countess waiting. All right, almost there. Yep, gonna go fight to prove her innocence. It's a trial by combat. Hey, someone else is here for it. Seems we're early. Well, it's not as though I have pressing business elsewhere. Enjoy a moment's respite with me, Magnarmus. You came. A wise decision. You have his eyes, his nose, his lips. Every time I look at you, I see more and more of him, and it sickens me. Riel is not her father. You had no right to punish her for what he did. Who are you to stand in judgment of me? I have every right. I bore that monster into this world, and by the Fury I shall send it to the 7th hell. If you're so bloody fond of it, you can follow it there. It's just us now, no one else, remember. Remember Frey's conjury. Protect us, and we'll protect you. Right then. Oh shit. Get over here, you two. Didn't realize there was 2 more. Oh wait, there's more! Yes, Heavensward is after ARR. Damn you! Get out of my way! Why? Why? Why do you care so much what happens to it? You're not the first person to ask me that. Once you might have understood. For everything that you are, that you have done, you are still her mother. Go, we shall not meet again. Oh, but we will. We will, knight, I promise you that. I will follow you to the ends of the world if I must. So long as it lives, I must. Don't you see, you fool? The Fury wills it. The Fury wills it. Real? How great your love for her. Far greater than any you ever bore me. For a long time I prayed for forgiveness. I prayed you would take me in your arms and hold me as you did before. But I know that shall never come to pass. I will pray for you, Mother, that you might find peace in her halls. Oh, Helene, receive of us this woman, your humble servant. Raise her up to your bosom and grant her glory everlasting. Matricide. So what now? We go back to Ishgard. Together. As you wish. That's because this is a T-rated game. It all seems so simple in retrospect. The moment I stopped trying to find the answer, there it was. All that anger, all that rage, born of a fervent desire to protect that which we hold most dear. So, you are still committed to your path, then? And you, if you will have me. You'll need to talk to me more and listen. I can't stand the silence, you know. There's no shame in sharing the weight, Sid. We can bear it together for ourselves and for others. Right then. The two of us will manage on our own, Magnarmus. There may be others who know of Riel's heritage, but if they come, they will be ready. We will be ready. Granted, we could simply leave Ishgard, but that would leave the people at the mercy of the powers that be. I cannot do that now, and neither can Riel, I think. We all need a cause, Magnarmus, so what will yours be? For whom will you stand? Who will I stand for? I like these two options. My friends, sure. And so you shall. To walk the path is to suffer, to sacrifice. Justice demands no less. But we must never lose sight of why we chose to walk it. Gods help me, those Moogles were onto something, weren't they? This concludes the Dark Knight quest for Heavensward. Yep. Da-da-da-da-da. Heavensward done. And I'm level 61. Fantastic. Well, I expect you're eager to be on your way. Did I mention your friend was looking for you, Kupo? If not, Alphino is looking for you. I'll be waiting just outside. Stretch my wings. Let me know when you're ready to depart. Thought you got a ban or something? That's weird. To the best of my knowledge, we have all we need for our trip to Zenith, and I believe the Elder Seedseer and her retinue will soon be making the journey back to Gridania. If you would be remiss of us, I think not to convey our gratitude to them prior going our separate ways, shall we? Alphino, Magnarmus, I do humbly thank you for what has been a most enlightening experience. Were it not for your pioneering spirit, the existence of these Moogles might never have been revealed to us. 'Tis we who should be thankful, Elder Seedseer. Were it not for your timely diplomacy, they would have never chosen to reveal themselves at all. And 'twas your presence, Kuplokop, that ultimately won us their trust. If it must have taken a great courage to leave the sanctuary of the Twelveswood, and we are exceedingly glad that you did. It was my pleasure, Kupo. I have made so many new friends, and I have so many fantastic tales to tell my kinsmoogles back home. And it is to our home that we must now return. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal, my friends. Safe journey, Elder Seedseer. We too must be on our way. Hraesvelgr awaits. Chat died again? That's weird. Warrior of Light, pray attend closely to your companion, Therestinian. Beneath that stoical facade, a storm of anguish sees unseen. Speak with Moghan. I don't know if there are or not. Have you said your goodbyes and dabbed away your tears, Kupo? Then we are indeed ready to go. As Chieftain Moglin already explained, the shiny instrument we gave you is the best means of grabbing Hraesvelgur's attention. I'll come along and show you the way to Zenith. That's the best place where you need to blow the horn. First things first, though, we need to make for Asa. Oh, and watch out for rampaging dragons. Maybe that should have been the first thing. Kupo. Oh, great, another one of these. You aren't thinking of heading towards Asa, are you? Best watch yourself if you are. The Archaeosaurs stalk the road for an easy meal. If only someone would drive them away, Kupo. Oh, you seem the type for dragon hunting. Why won't you slay 3 of the Archaeosaurs that open the road back up for Moogle traffic? Once the deed is done, let Mogmont and Asa know. Ah, that's on the way to where I'm going. Alright, you little shits. No, guess not. Alright. But yeah, the chat's still having issues? Alright. Seems to be working now. Yeah. Okay. Killed the 3. I venture forth. Another dragon. Oh yeah, forgot. The armor I got from beating the quest. Alright, now let's go. You there, give me the ether current. Is that someone from below? How did you get past the archaeosaurs infesting the road? What? Mogsy asked you to slay them for him? It's just like him to depend on the kindness of strangers. We've barely even been able to venture outside of a saw for fear of being attacked. Now thanks to you, the roads are just a little safer, Kupo. Alright. Things were a bit bitey for a while there, but I think we've arrived in one piece, Kupo. I wonder what has the dragon so awfully snappy. I mean, the bad ones are always bad, but they seem worse than usual. Alright, worse than my armor. We may have a small problem, Kupo. When the winds are high like this, Hraesvelgr invariably abandons his lofty perch and heads into the lands below to hunt. If you tried blowing the horn now, I doubt he'd hear it. I suggest we stop at the clearing up ahead and rest until the wind dies down. Ether current. Got two more side quest ones. Main quest one, and 2 of them found on the map. This should do nicely, Kupo. The winds will likely have died down by tomorrow, but until then, we might as well make ourselves comfortable. If we must interrupt our journey to so close to its end, I suppose this place is good as any. And mayhap a brief respite from the hardships of the road will help to clear our minds in readiness for the coming parley. Very well then. I believe a campfire is in order. Leave the gathering of fuel to me. I acquired a keen nose for firewood during my time in the frozen wastes of Kurthus. You're gonna, like, go on about the firewood for the rest of your life, aren't you? Clear our minds. 'Tis Master Alphanode whose mind needs clearing. The thought of meeting a great worm in the flesh has befuddled the boy. Did you see him stroll away as if the ruins were not crawling with deadly beasts? Follow him, Magnormus, and see that the wildlife does not make a meal of our young friend. We will have the camp ready by the time you return. None of that shit. Alright. Next. Big sword energy. Yeah, who needs a campfire when we can just burn these tree men down? Do. Alright, how do I get up there? This way? Not you. You. I see, so I was right to worry about the boy's safety. Once Alphino returns with the wood, we can see about supper. The Ice Queen has filled a pot with what looked like stew ingredients, ready for the fire. Ah, few things compare to the simple pleasure of sitting beside a crackling campfire of one's own making. Ah, so speaks the great explorer. Until recently, you wouldn't have recognized firewood if it came with kindling and a flint. 'Tis well you instructed me so patiently then. But yes, left to my own devices, I would have been compelled to signal to his cell with a pile of damp leaves. I was born the pampered son of a Charlayan dignitary, and alongside my twin became the youngest student ever to be accepted into the studium. How proud I was to match wits with scholars and philosophers. How ignorant of my own shortcomings. That hubris invited manipulation and betrayal, and led to the downfall of the Scions. We all of us are guilty of similar ignorance. How many men laid down their lives, never knowing what it is they fight for, never questioning that which they have been taught to believe. It was only upon meeting Hraesvelgr that I learned the truth hidden within our history. Were it not for that chance encounter, I would never have vowed to tear down the Holy See and expunge the falsehoods which it fans the flames of conflict. I would have lived and died in ignorance. That the truth has driven me to do terrible things, I cannot deny. But I would rather sin in the pursuit of peace than imagine myself virtuous for perpetuating a needless war. If this journey has taught me anything, it is the importance and difficulty of holding to one's convictions in the face of failure, of striving always to replace one's ignorance with knowledge. You are well on your way, Master Alphino. At your age, I was but a fool swinging a spear, with scarcely a thought in my head. Even now, I struggle to acknowledge the misconceptions under which I have labored. Sitting here amongst these grand ruins, how can I deny that man and dragon once lived in peace? But for all that such an age existed, we are now in a time of war. Nidhogg killed my family, and no quirk of history will exonerate him. I may be ignorant of how the Dragon-Sodden War began, but if we do what not put an end to this conflict now, I can say for certainty that it will only breed more vengeful souls such as mine. In my hands resides the power to vanquish a great worm. If Ishgard's survival rests upon me wielding that power, I will slay Nidhogg myself, orders or no. Estinian, you gave me your word. My word is contingent upon the success of our parley. Show me the strength of your convictions, Lady Iceheart. Convince Hraesvelgr of the righteousness of your cause. Doubt not that, but that I shall, Dragoon. Well, winds willing, we shall have our answers up on the morrow. Let us sleep now and face our fate with the rising sun. The old campfire scene. Don't need any of that. The campfire was so cozy. I must have fallen asleep, Kupo. But do you feel how the winds have shifted? They will have borne Hraesvelgr back to the skies above Zenith. I am sure of it. This is your chance to climb to the highest floor of the palace and summon him with a toot of that shiny horn. So, I'll be heading back now. If it's all the same to you, good luck, Kupo. It was nice knowing you. Teleport back here at will. And we go on. Alright, 1 second before I do this, guys. Got a thing to grab. Alright, only one left on the map to grab. Mortals, why do you disturb my solitude? Thou speakest the name of a creature that but awaiteth the release of oblivion. Leave me.
By the 12. Mine ears hear the tongue of dragons, yet the meaning rings clear within my mind. How can that be?
Racevelga, do you not remember me? 'Twas I whom you found in Dravania. I who glimpsed the truth. The truth about your past. About Shiva.
Do not speak her name, mortal.
But speak it I must. I have summoned Shiva's soul from the beyond and offered myself as her vessel. She has made her heart known to me.
Foolish girl, thinkest thou my beloved spirit hath descended from the heavens? That the secrets of her heart are thine to know?
I have surrendered mine to her. Do you not see, my love? I am Shiva reborn.
Gullible fool. The light but illuminated the past for thee. It did not grant thee omniscience. The spirit thou hast summoned belongeth not to Shiva, but 'tis but a shade conjured by thine own fancy. In an age long past, mine own kin were guilty of like folly. Beguiled by Dark One's lies, they attempted to resurrect the king amongst worms. Yet the divinity they called was merely a borrowed the semblance of my fallen brood brother. Such gods are not summoned but created, phantoms spun from the threads of misplaced faith.
Then the spirit that answered me
was but thy dream of Shiva. Thy soul hath been corrupted by a deity of thine own making, child. And defeated by words she was.
Be that as it may, Lord Hraesvelga, Izel's desire to heal the rift between man and dragon is real, and it has borne us this far. We would spare both our kind and yours the ravages of this senseless war. Pray join your voice to ours in a call for peace and forgiveness.
The tale of thy kind is one of avarice, treachery, and death, and thou wouldst speak to me of peace? Hark thee, mortal, to the naked truth, then tell me thou deservest forgiveness. 1,200 years ago, my beloved Shiva's sacrifice served to bring an end to the war twixt man and dragon, paving the way for an age of peace and cooperation. 2 centuries of harmony were to follow, during which time the Elizin learned much about us. Not least that the eyes of a great worm are the wellspring of his strength. 'Twas out of this selfish desire to possess this strength that King Thordan then conspired to undo all that our peoples had achieved together. With the aid of his leal knights, that most noble of Elizin lured my brood sister Radatosker into an ambush and took from her that which he craved. Fain would I strike the image from my mind, yet still the scene doth linger of my brood sister's tattered corpse. Defiled by her Elizin allies, they had torn out her eyes and feasted upon them in the manner of wild beasts. Yet that was not all. For from their bloody banquet, the fiends had gained strength beyond that of mortal men. Even now, I labor to comprehend the enormity of their betrayal. Nidhogg was the first to learn of the atrocity, and he took to the skies hungry for vengeance. Though he slew Thordan and some few of his knights, their fellow butchers knew only too well where to aim their spears. And with now practiced savagery, They said about my brood brother, sending him flailing from the field. Such is the truth the Holy See would keep hidden. Such was the beginning of the Dragon Song War. 'Tis a song my kind shall never forget. And even should 10,000 years pass and Ishgard crumble into dust. Oh, I think they threw like 30 baseballs through his window.
Your tale bears scant resemblance to the one I was taught. How convenient that it should absolve your kind of all responsibility. But tell me, dragon, why should I believe your version of events?
What thou choosest to believe is immaterial. The betrayal that yet haunts mine every waking moment is no less than the truth to my kind. And Nidhogg meaneth for Thornton's people to suffer for this sin till the end of days. That which thou imaginest a war of extinction is but a punishment, a siege of the spirit. Hast thou not seen those who tire of the torment? Those who abandon their own and side with dragonkind?
Ishgard's so-called heretics.
Know that all the traitors' progeny bear a trace of Ratataskar's essence, but a single sip of our blood is enough to awaken it.
Then, the seed lies within us.
Is for this reason that those who abandon their loyalties are rewarded with a drink, and thus are they transformed to join the ranks of Nidhogg's ever-growing army as newborn dragons, one by one. Through death or defection, my brood brother shall account for all the betrayal's children.
Ye gods, I have borne witness to such a transformation. Looked on as a heretic assumed the shape of a dragon. I imagined it some manner of Dravanian enchantment. But if any Ishgardian, regardless of allegiance, has such potential within them, 12 forgive us. To think of all the dragons we've slain.
There will always be some, of course, who choose to fight until the bitter end, like thee, Dragoon. Struggle as thou might, thy youthful vigor will be spent ere thou reachest 210, and Nidhogg shall remain to torment thine offspring.
Oft have I wondered why Nidhogg did not simply raze Ishgard to the ground. Now I have my answer. He has no intention of winning the Dragon Song War, for it is no war at all, but vengeance, an eternal requiem sung for his murdered sister.
Thou hast the right of it, Dragon Slayer. Comprehendest now the futility of thy quest?
I have not come this far only to admit defeat. We can still return the eye to Nidhogg and beg forgiveness for our ancestors' crimes. Mayhap our words will sway him.
Stubborn child. Thou thinkest in mortal terms. Our perception of time is too broad for thee to grasp. 'Tis a simple matter for thee to offer thine apologies. Thou didst not perpetrate the crime. Despite thy visions, the deeds of history seem as distant to thee. For a worm such as Nidhogg, however, that history is as yet part of his present, as fresh as the blood did gush from Ratataskar's wounds. How could he have not been driven mad? It's only by calming embrace of Shiva's soul that mine own fury hath not consumed me. But let us speak no more of what is done. My faith in your kind is spent, and I would be alone. Alright, so the dragon has told us to fuck off and get off his lawn. I think Francis has the right of it. Gracefugger was every bit as awe-inspiring as I imagined. His voice fairly dripped with power, the will behind his words so undeniable that it transcended my ignorance of the dragon's tongue. 'Tis but a pity that I misliked what he said. So far did we travel, even unto the very heavens themselves, only to be dismissed like unruly children. And far from mitigating this humiliation, the hidden truths we have learned serve only to prove that our grand mission of peace was destined to fail from the first. Nothing will deter Nidhogg from his course.
Well, what do you propose we do now? I, for one, am intent on continuing to the east.
What is there to be found in the east?
Nidhogg's lair, the Eyrie, is said to lie in that direction. And the eye tells me he is near.
You cannot still mean to slay him.
You cannot still mean to stop me. I have been true to my word, and aided you in this fool's errand with Hraesvelgr. But your efforts at parley have come to naught, Lady Iceheart. I would see Ishgard saved, and for that, Nidhogg must die.
With the tale of our ancestors' vile betrayal yet ringing in your ears, you speak of continuing this war?
Nay, lady. I would but pierce its vengeful heart. When Nidhogg dies, this war shall die with him.
A moment, Estinian. You yourself spoke of the Great Worm's strength, that you believed him powerful enough to raise your city to the ground. How then are we few to challenge him? Even behind the stout walls of Ishgard, with an army of knights manning the defenses, our victory would be hard won. Yet you propose to contend with the beast in his own lair.
In close combat, this will afford us an advantage. And if the tales are true, the Warrior of Light has bested many an invincible foe. But such speculation is meaningless if we cannot even find the worm. Our first task must be to seek out Nidhogg's lair.
The story of this nation grows bloodier by the moment. Must death always be answered with more of the same?
Such is the way of things, I fear. I shall consider it a miracle if mine armor is not stained crimson ere this conflict is ended.
I should be blinded by my own lies. Everything I believed, everything I thought I was, gone. All gone.
Leave her. Your words will not reach her now. And we have not the time to wait for her to gather up the pieces of her shattered faith.
She was emotionally destroyed by Hraesvelgr. What false god is this Shiva? What manner of phantom have I welcomed into my heart? Well, good luck figuring that out. I'm off. What's the ramp to this thing? There it is. On the road again. Oh, I ran the wrong way. Just take that turn there. Doot, doot, doot. Shit, that's the wrong way. I gotta go the other way. Next one. Is that this way somewhere? Oh, another one. This ain't the fuck box. Hey look, an ether current quest. I'll take it. Whatever can be taking her so long, Kupo? My replacement should have been here already, but I don't see her anywhere. I'm so hungry. I wager she went on home on account of those troublesome tule hens that were flapping about. If you slay 4 of them, that should secure a safe path, giving my replacement no excuse. Please, my stomach begs you, Kupo. Alright. 1. There's another one. No, 3 more. Okay. Two more. Last one. Thank you. Now that the Toolahans are out of the way, it's only a matter of time before my replacement gets here. I'm about to pass out from hunger, so I think I'll just go ahead. What could go wrong, Kupo? Alright, there we go. Another current.
Is that it?
I would say so.
Aye, that would be the Airy. I feel Nidhogg's presence through the eye, his caustic hatred gnawing at my soul. 'Twould seem the death of his consort has put him on guard. Mark how he wards his lair with tempestuous winds.
A similar barrier once barred our entrance to the Primal Garuda's domain, until we discovered the means by which it could be penetrated. Mayhap it is time we called upon Master Garland. It will be just like the good old days, no?
That stuff? Yeah, that's it. A force of sufficient power to break through a primal's defenses might conceivably grant us access to the Airy, and I can offer no better solution. Pray consult this engineer friend of yours. Very well, on the condition that you swear not to lure Nidhogg from his lair in our absence. And steal all the glory for myself, you mean? Nay, I am not so selfish as that. Contact me by Link Pearl when your preparations are complete, and we shall set forth from Ishgard together. I suggest we rendezvous back at St. Renette's Forum. Magnarmus, from what I gleaned of the Holy See, sees decidedly ambitious airship project. Sid will still be in Ishgard. Do. Back to Foundation. When last you saw Master Garland, he was advising the Ishgardians on their ailing airship, correct? In that case, he will still be at Camp Cloudtop. Failing that, we could try the airship landing, or maybe even the Skyskill Manufactory. But let us not waste time in searching aimlessly. Someone in the city is sure to know where to find him. The question is who. Sir Amaric would be the obvious choice, but there is no guaranteeing he will be able to grant us an audience at short notice. Oh, I have it! Count Edmont's youngest son prides himself on knowing all of the Holy Sea's juiciest rumors. Let us return to the manor and see if Lord of Manolane is about. Alright, we gotta go talk to that little twerp again. Into the manor we go. Ah, the hero returns. How goes the fight, old boy? Well, I trust. In search of a Sid Garland, you say? Then say no more. The taverns are full of talk, and the name of a silver-haired genius has cropped up more often than most. I hear he has been tasked with getting that monstrous airship the Holy See commissioned to actually fly. 'Twould seem the project has been plagued with mishaps from the first. In any case, Garland Ironworks employees are known to frequent the airship landing. I'll wager their master does too. The airship landing? Yes, I thought as much. Come, Magnarmus, we must find Sid and trouble him for his expert opinion. To the airship landing. Magnarmus, Alphino, how fare you both? Not terribly well, judging by your faces. Greetings, Master Garland. I am sure it will come as little surprise when I tell you we have need of your favor. Another wind barrier, and you say it was conjured by Nidhogg? The Enterprise could certainly take you where you need to go, but she will not fare well against dragons. She's agile for a ship her size, but not that agile. The Dravanians would fly rings around her. And if they took it into their heads to incinerate the rigging, well, there would be precious little we could do to avoid them. But there must be something we can do, some manner of weapon we could employ. Estinian stands vigil at the edge of churning mists, but we do not know how much longer. All right. I didn't say it was impossible. I said it was impossible for the Enterprise. We need a smaller boat. Biggs, Wedge, it is time that we gave that new toy of yours a proper field test. It's probably the best if I let the lads show you. Come on, the manufactory's not far. Our little projects on the inside. Oh, you're going to like this one. Here I am going into the Machinist's Guild.
Feast your eyes upon our latest and greatest feat of engineering. We call it a mana cutter.
After you put down Gaius, Wedge and me struck out on our own for a bit, and started work on the successor to the tiny Bronco.
Impressive little thing, isn't she? My talent for ship design has plainly rubbed off on them. They've adapted the principles of corrupted crystal technology and constructed a mechanism which converts ether from its surroundings into elemental wind. Said wind is then harnessed by the specially engineered sails, providing the craft with propulsion and lift. All in all, a most elegant solution. I'm actually a little upset that I didn't think of it myself.
The design does, however, come with one small flaw.
The energy conversion ratio's bloody awful. To generate enough power to get you off the ground, you need to be in an area awash with predominantly wind-aspected ether.
In other words, there are a few places you can fly, lots of places you can't.
The new Ishgardian airship hasn't left the boys much time for tinkering, meaning it may be a while before this particular project takes off, if you'll forgive the pun.
Tataru, what's happened?
I've been looking all over for you. There's been word from Aldar. It's about Her Grace, the Sultana.
It seems you're required elsewhere. Leave the Mana Cutter with us. We'll see that she's airworthy and suitably equipped to slice through those winds. You, meanwhile, should concentrate on providing Raoban and the Sultana whatever help they need.
General Roban says they've been uncovered the Sultana's whereabouts, and he wants you, by which I means both of you, to go to the Waking Sands right away and help with the investigation. Come, Magnarmus, pressing through, though Ishgar's plights may be, our presence here will not serve but to hasten the Mana Cutter's completion. Let us return to the troubled hands of Thanalan and lend what aid we may. Tataru, have our friends at the congregation send a message to Estinian. Tell him we have identified a solution to our problem, but that it will take some time to prepare. As you wish, Master Alphino. To the Waking Sands, Warrior of Light, 'tis past time Uldar was delivered from this darkness. Where is it? Where is it? Yes! Let's go. Into the Waking Sands.
Thank you for coming.
No thanks are necessary, General. I trust your recuperation continues apace.
I cannot complain. Thanks to Higiri and her ministrations, I've regained much of the strength I lost during my imprisonment.
I gather you have made progress in the search for Her Grace.
Aye, some good fortune at last. A few days past, Dulala informed us that a sizable shipment of alchemical supplies had been delivered to the palace.
With Papa Shan's assistance, I set out to ascertain the source and nature of the shipment. My inquiries led me to Frondale's frontistery. There, I learned that an order had been placed for a curious substance designed to sustain patients trapped in death-like slumber. An invention of the former head alchemist, apparently.
A death-like slumber? This cannot be a coincidence.
It lends some weight to Dulala's claims, aye. Her Grace is likely somewhere within the palace, abed but alive.
Before making any attempt to extricate the Sultana, however, it seemed prudent to learn what manner of substance was used to induce her torpor. To that end, I made inquiries as to the whereabouts of the one most like to have administered it. The lady in waiting, Meriel. We sent for you as soon as we learned of her location. All that remains is to apprehend the woman.
We shall find our cat's paw in the Silver Bazaar. But we must tread carefully. The market is not the bustling place it once was, and someone is sure to mark our coming. Should they inform the monetarists, we'll have a fight on our hands. We must be prepared for the worst, and being short an arm, I thought it wise to take another in its stead. What say you, Warrior of Light? Will you lend me yours?
Yeah.
Then I pity the bastard that stands in our way. Come, my friends, for Nanamo, and for Uldar!
My axe and my bow. No, we shall not. We are not calling it that. Our target is Meriel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting, a woman of Midlander heritage. I am told the two of you have met. Our sources indicate she left the palace shortly after the incident, and quietly rejoined the dwindling population of the Silver Bazaar. I suggest we begin by questioning the market's residents and confirm that Meriel is still in hiding there. Here. Need you. Travel to the Silver Bazaar for 40 gale? Sure. Meriel, aye, she's here, left the city for good, she says. Barely leaves her house, though. It's one of the closest to the market entrance. And what brings you to our lonely little hamlet? I believe the arrival of your entourage just about doubled our population. Looking for Meriel, you say? If you're hoping to lure her back to Uldar, you may as well give up now. The girl's done with city life. That's because she's in hiding. After perpetuating treason. Anyway. Do I know of any returning residents? Gods, don't tell me they're starting to come back. My masters will not be pleased to hear of this. Well, 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 look who it is.
You are Meriel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting?
I know no one of that name. Pray excuse me. General Alden!
We will have the truth from you, girl.
Oh, she's fucked now.
Mayhap it would be better coming from me.
Lolorito, you'd best talk fast.
As you know, Teleji Adeleji's Cartano reclamation bill was no more than a facade. A means to get his grubby little hands on that Allagan monstrosity Omega. When he learned of Nanamo's intention to abdicate, however, he was forced to amend his plans. Suddenly, assassination seemed the most promising way to further his ambitions. I am told Teleji had discovered a maid in whose veins ran the blood of House Thorn. A new, more pliable puppet to sit the throne. 'Twould have caused an uproar, of course, but few could have contested her claim. 'Twas plain that Teleji's wild machinations had outgrown our ability to control them. So I decided to usurp his scheme and left the fool to seal his own demise.
And what of Nanamo?
Oh, I have no desire to harm her grace. 'Twould profit me little to destabilize our government. Thus did I employ young Meriel here to administer a potent sleeping potion in place of a poison. You should know, General, that your dear friend Ilberd was fully aware of my plan. I had him lie about the assassination as a means to prime your rage against Teleji. We weren't entirely sure how you would react, but things went rather better than expected.
You conniving little worm! You had your claws in the Crystal Braves before their first recruit had sworn to serve!
But of course, when a new game begins, 'tis only prudent to have a piece on the board. Ilberd was mine. Truth be told, a significant proportion of the Braves' initial endowment was also mine. With such large sums moving about, 'twas a rather trifling matter to disguise my own contribution. Ah, Ilberd. I secured his services with a promise to support his cause once my authority had been solidified. I swear, the man thinks of naught but prizing Alamigo from the grasp of the Empire. Unlike you, General, the poor fellow seems quite unable to forsake the land of his forefathers. Mayhap that's why he called you a traitor to your people and a disgrace to your homeland, amongst other things. What was it he always compared you to? Oh, yes, an overgrown lapdog begging for scraps at the Sultana's table. Oh, how we laughed. Alas, Ilbert's entertaining little outbursts eventually gave way to wearisome tirades, and the zealous brute became rather unruly. I had no wish to see you executed, you understand, but he would not take no for an answer. Rest assured, his employment with me has long since ended. Which brings us neatly to the present. What say you, General? Both you and the Sultana are alive. We have one corpse and one fugitive, and preparations have been made to restore your good name. Shall we cry quits and start again with a blank ledger?
The hells we will! Do you honestly expect me to forgive and forget? After all you've done? You're guilty of high treason!
Stay your blade, Master Alden. You yourself are not innocent. Or have you forgotten your own crime in executing Teledji Adeledji without trial? Though you acted out of loyalty to the Sultana, such deeds are in violation of both the word and spirit of the law. If you would, Lord Lolorito?
This potion will wake the Sultana from her slumber. Consider it a gesture of conciliation. You will find Her Grace resting comfortably within her private chambers. Should you doubt my word, I shall willingly accompany you to the palace as your hostage.
I like not your motives, Lolorito. But you saved the Sultana's life, and for that, you have my gratitude.
Rauban Aldin, you are hereby reinstated as General of the Immortal Flames. The citizens of Ul'dah shall once more be united under Nanamo Ul'Namo, and together we shall usher in a new age of prosperity.
The pointy hat girl actually helped us get Raban to the Waking Sands undetected when we busted him out of jail. By the 12, I feared Lord Lolorito's arrival would herald another bloodbath. Little did I expect he of all people would gift us the means to rouse the Sultana. Shall we also make our way to Ul'dah? I should imagine Bartholomew has been instructed to admit us. What's up, Barty? Flame General Raban mentioned you might be coming. Please, this way if you will.
I was having the longest dream.
"'Tis time to wake up, Your Grace. Another day begins in Thanalan, and the sun blazes bright upon the sands. Her Grace is awoken. The palace physician assures me she is none the worse for her slumber. I believe Her Grace will soon resume her plans to place the government of Uldar into the hands of its citizens. Whatever path she chooses to take, I shall walk it with her. And we shall tread slowly, lest the nation be unsettled in our wake.
Her Grace's compassion is a shining beacon to us all. But what our city truly thrives upon is competition. 'Tis in the struggle against our rivals that opportunities are seized and fortunes made. And with the Empire on the offensive once more, now would hardly seem the time to turn our system of government upon its head.
Are you privy to new intelligence, my lord?
I would hardly call it new. Remind me, what was the name of that enormous Imperial warship which met its end in Mordona? Oh, wait, I have it. The Agrias. Yes, well, 'twould appear that the Garleans have been hard at work on another such vessel.
How close are they to completing this ship? Is it operational?
Its maiden flight was a success, I hear. I should imagine Emperor Varys is eager to see how it performs in battle. My lords and lady, I move that it is time to repair the damage caused by Teleji Adeleji and prepare our great nation to repel the Empire once more.
Death Star 2. No, it's just the Super Star Destroyer, okay?
'Tis well that the Sultana has awoken. The Syndicate yet needs to put its house in order, but 'twould seem the worst of the confusion has passed. Uldar has taken control of its future, and I must do the same.
Well, our names are cleared, so that's cool.
I have decided to disband the Crystal Braves. Among the recruits, there were those who supported our Order's goals and convictions with all sincerity. 'Tis my hope that these loyal men and women will choose to remain our allies in the battles to come.
That's alright, Alphino. The Crystal Brace was a stupid idea anyway.
As for those who sided with the
And an even
traitor
dumber name.
Ilberd, they shall be hunted down and held to account for their crimes. It is my earnest hope that they will surrender themselves peaceably when the time comes, though I think it unlikely. Ah, my all-conquering Crystal Braves. The model army meant to pave the way for a single unified grand company of Eorzea. That so high an ideal should be brought so low. I need not tell you how deeply the betrayal stung me. Yet I see now that it was mine own naivety and pride which allowed the Braves to fall prey to corruption. As ever, it is to your own shining example that I turn for inspiration. Like you, I mean to stand firm in the face of hardship and give mine all for the cause. Let us resume the search for our missing comrades, that we might come together to shine the light of dawn across the realm once more. The role of Crystal Brave Commander suited me ill, and I shall play it no longer. Henceforth, I shall be no more or less than Alphino, proud member of the Scions.
I blush to speak of this manner of mine inner turmoil. But the fact remains there is no man alive whom I would rather confide. Were it not for your shining example, I might never have emerged from beneath the pall of my despair. Pall? That's a weird word. Alright, pall? Still no word from Master Garland. I hope this mana cutter of theirs is nearing completion. I am assured that her grace will make a full recovery. I, and Ulda too, shall flourish once more. General Raban and his colleagues have matters well in hand, I believe. Lady Yugiri, a question, if I may. I believe your people have been keeping a close watch on the Crystal Braves. Might you know how things stand at the Rising Stones? Ah, yes, of course. You will be pleased to know that the 3rd unit of Braves abandoned Revenant's Toll when they learned of Captain Ilberd's defeat. The only blue uniforms to be seen there are now those worn by the soldiers loyal to you, Master Alphino. To me, I see. I am grateful to hear that at least some of our members were true to their oaths. Ere we return to Ishgard, I must go to the Rising Stones and thank these stalwarts for their service. It shall be my final act as Crystal Brave Commander. Will you join me, Magnarmus? You were at the company's inception, 'tis only fitting that you be present at its end. And I would appreciate the support. Sure, we can go tear down that thing together. The wording. Yep, critiquing the wording. That's what I do. Lordona. Enter the Rising Stones. Going in. Commander, you're alive. And Magnanimous, too. I knew you'd scrape through. My splendid Crystal Braves, I have wronged you. All of you. My promise of glory and salvation have brought you naught but blood and betrayal. You'll not hear us complaining. 'Twas a sight messier than expected, aye. But we was still fighting for the freedom of all, just like we swore. Ain't that right, mates? Aye. You humbled me. I am truly blessed to have such steadfast comrades. It is with the most profound regret, then, that I must... That's enough of that, Commander. We know that you've a mind to what you've a mind to say, and we ain't having none of it. We've talked it over, see, and we all agreed. You can take our uniforms and strip us of our ranks, but we won't be no less of a company. But the Crystal Braves... The Crystal Braves may be finished, but it was a dumb idea anyway. The name was terrible, but the ideals upon which the company was founded live on. They bind us to each other and to you. Alphano, all minds are made up. So you may as well get used to it. Let us help the Scions. Let us help you and find Minfilia and the others. My friends, after all that has happened, I know not what to say. Pray excuse me. I had thought my tears spent. My grandfather used to say that one could measure a man by the constancy of his comrades. Mayhap I am the exception which proves the rule. Nay, do not protest. I know that I am not worthy of their loyalty, Magnanimous. But as Thalak is my witness, I shall do everything in my power to earn it. I must speak of future plans with the remaining Braves. Any information we uncover on the missing Scions will need to be shared with our allies across the realm, specifically Urianger in the Waking Sands and Tataru in Ishgard. While we are organizing our various channels of communication, I would ask that you call upon Master Garland at the manufactory. I will join you in Ishgard as soon as I am able. Back to Foundation. Alright. Well, I know you liked the change of scenery from the Heresy in the Snow. Back to the Heresy in the Snow. Heresy in the Snow. Not you. I don't want a gun for this character. Magnanimous, how in the seven hells do you do it? I was just about to send for you, but just this moment completed the Manic Cutter's first successful test flight. A few minor adjustments and she'll be ready to go. While we see to the finishing touches, you might want to pay a visit to Fort Tom Manor. A dragoon by the name of Vestinian was looking for you. Oh, right. Let me in that damn door, you ass. You have fulfilled your obligations to the Uldans, then. Mistress Tataru has been keeping me apprised of the situation. Once I learned that these mana cutters of Master Garland's were nearly completion, I saw no reason to tarry in the mists. For the present, Nidhogg seems content to remain in the Eyrie, plotting his revenge. Might not this be an apt moment to unfold our plans to Sir Emmerich? I think we have kept him in the dark long enough. To Emmerich. Thermal birds. Sir Emmerich has been eager to speak with you. Pray proceed.
All stands ready, Lord Commander.
Ah, the moment has come then.
Pray excuse my lateness. I paid a brief visit to the workshop to inquire about the mana cutters. The engineers assure me that they're ready.
The area is now but a short flight away. Yet what a long and winding path we took to reach this point. Were it not for Master Alphino's proposal, we never would have attempted to parley with the dragons. Though our negotiations yielded little, our expedition with Lady Isar taught us much.
You took an unimaginable risk. I could scarce believe the tale Estinian told.
Aye. 'Tis true that many of our countrymen would sooner die than join hands with the heretic's mistress. But 'twas through that most unlikely of alliances that we came to speak with Hraesvelgr.
A conversation that went rather poorly, as I recall.
In this instance, the journey was more important than the destination. Had we not slain Nidhogg's consort, Tiaman, and put the Great Worm on his guard, the Dravanians would have arrived at Ishgard's walls long ago.
Aye, that they would. Full grateful am I for every hour of respite your actions have afforded us. Thanks to you, our defenses are much improved. 'Tis but a pity they won't be enough.
Thus you believe an assault upon the area represents the city's best chance of survival. Is that not so, Estinian?
I am under no illusions. Nidhogg's might is legendary. But with his eye in my possession, I can stifle his strength at the source. Victory will be hard won, even so. And I shall be glad indeed to have the Warrior of Light at my side.
You shall have my blade as well. There are more of these mana cutters to be had, yes?
Lord Commander, no!
How can I, a proud knight of Ishgard, stand by and do naught while an outsider risks life and limb for our homeland? I swore an oath to protect this city.
Pray leave the slaying of dragons to dragoons, Sir Knight. Your duty to command the city's defense is no less vital. Should we fail, and Nidhogg slip through our grasp, who then will hold the walls against him? Will you leave Ishgard in the hands of the Holy Sea's zealots?
There are others.
Who but you has the authority and the standing to orchestrate a city-wide defense? I do not, and neither does the Warrior of Light. That is why it is our place to fight, and yours to remain here, Lord Commander. What? You too, Master Alphino? By the Fury! You have shown some promise, but this adversary is far beyond your skills.
Your candor is appreciated, Sir Dragoon. I shall remain then and cheer you from afar.
Well, my friend, would seem I have discouraged the last of the volunteers, and claimed the task as ours alone. But if any alive can best this worm, 'tis surely we too.
I have picked Master Alphino's pride, I fear. But had I been less forceful, the boy would have insisted on accompanying us to the Eyrie. Do not think me blind to his talent. With a few more campaigns under his belt, I have no doubt that Alphino will make a fine field commander. But one does not practice on an adversary such as Nidhogg. We shall be hard-pressed enough without adding worry of carrying a novice. We have tarried long enough. Let us call upon Master Garland and take possession of the Mana Cutters. Magnanimous, old friend. The cutters are ready when you are. The finer adjustments cost us a few sleepless nights, but we got there in the end. Which means you can get where you need to go. I tell you, these little beauties will tear through that wind barrier like a cermet drill through cottage cheese. And that, my friends, is a Garland Ironworks guarantee. You have our thanks. Come, warrior. You have our thanks. Come, warrior of light. The Dreadworm awaits. All right. Now accessible. Okay. But one more thing before. So I'm going to go get the last flying quest in the area and then call it a night, since there's not quite enough time in the day to do the dungeon. And we'll start off with the dungeon next time. So I gotta put up with this little shit over here. Hide and seek seemed like a fun game at first, but I had no idea everyone would be so good at it. Now I just want to go home. How could you find the other 3 Moogles and tell them it's time to leave? Kupo. All right. Last one of these. No more Moogles. There's always more Moogles, unfortunately. Not really. This is the last bit of it. You actually found me? Well, I suppose it's time to go home. All right, good. Go home. I can't believe you found me. I'll find an even better hiding spot next time. All right, good. Go. And the last one's up here. I fell asleep in my hiding place. I think I'll return to my comfy bed. Done. Unbelievable, you've already found all the Moogles. Finally, we can go home. I've never seen such skillful seeking in my life, Kupo. Sorry to make you find everyone. We usually don't hide this well. You'll be the first one we invite to our next game. Please don't. Sure. Oh, wait, I don't need earrings. All right. Alright, Moogles are done. We're done with Moogles. I'm fixing my gear. Then I'm gonna go get my screenshot. And we'll call it a night. You there, fix my shit. Done. Now, ooh, I know what to do. Go here. Let's go get a picture by the ominous dust cloud. Gotta be the answer. This way. Oh, I missed one. Give me that. Make sure I didn't miss any other ones. Yep, all that's left is the main quest one, which I will get when I beat the dungeon. Can I get up there at all? Not without flying, I guess. That sucks. Let's see. How do I get this picture? Not now, you. Done. I can't jump up on the railing. That. Got up here. We'll give it a scroll lock. And done. Green shot collected. Yep, the behind the scenes. Put that back on. Alright. And we will be continuing this Thursday, where we go up into the sky and kill Nidhogg. Or attempt to kill Nidhogg. We'll see what happens. Bye.